FNAF has many spin-off games such as Five Nights at Candy's and Junior's, but today, one in particular caught my attention. A game known as One Night at Blumpty's, where you quite literally only have to survive one night. The base of this game is actually pretty easy and simple to beat, unless you turn on hardboiled mode. Hardboiled mode makes the game 10 times more challenging and difficult to beat. Even though the game is already difficult enough with hardboiled mode, I want to make it harder. I want to beat ONAF 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back, deathless and hardboiled mode. Dying once causing me to restart the entire run. And I'm gonna call this the ONF Gauntlet. I did it! Now before we begin, the way I'll format this video is I'll break down the games and how every character works in the game, and then I'll explain my strategy for how I actually beat the game. Let's go. I decided to start with the last game because it's the hardest one out of the three. The third game in the series has quite a bit of characters, so let's start off with Birthday Boy Blam. I'll just call him Blam for short. Blam is instantly active when you start the night and will move from cam 1 to cam 2, cam 5, and then your office. If you don't see him on the cams, that means he's in your office and you have to flash the camera to get rid of him. The Red Man. He becomes active at 1 AM and only sits at cam 4. He will gradually make his way to the lava portal and then he will be at your furnace, preventing you from using it. Side note, the furnace is used to regulate temperature. If your temperature gets low, you freeze and you die. Let's move on to Grumpus the Clown. He will become active at 1 AM and follow the path of cam 6, cam 3, cam 2, cam 5, and then your office. Once he's in your office, you can't get rid of him, but only wait for him to leave. If you flash your camera while he's in your office, he will jump scare you. This makes Blam and the Clown the worst duo in this game. The Beowl, I'm not really sure how to say this. This creature becomes active around 2 AM and starts at cam 3, enters the vent at cam 7. If you stop seeing him on cam 7, that means he's in your office and you have to go to the vent on the right and flash him. The Eyesore. He becomes active at 3 AM and has a chance of appearing in your office hallway. If he does appear, you will see his eyes glowing and you will have to flash him twice to get rid of him. And finally, Golden Flumpty. He becomes active at 4 AM and can appear on any camera. If you look at him for too long on the cams, he will appear in your office, jump scaring you, but not killing you, just dropping your temperature all the way down. Now, after the main night, there's a thing called Flumpty's Night that is much harder and has 10 extra characters. I can make a separate video on it because if I put them all in this video will be way too long. Now for hardboiled mode, just think of all these characters plus the 10 extra ones, but they're all much faster and appear much earlier. Let me explain my strategy for this night. It's really simple. All I would do is keep track of Blam and the Red Man. If Blam was in my office, I would check for the Clown, and if he wasn't there, I would flash Blam. If I wasn't on cams, then I would always be near the furnace. If my temperature was all the way up, I'll go back on cams and keep track of everybody to see if I have to flash someone that's near me, as if the Beowl was on my right or Blam was in front of me. Due to there being all these characters' hard mechanics, I put this game first in order so I don't have to replay all the other games multiple times. The first installment to this game is actually very similar to FNAF 1. You sit in an office and have 2 doors beside you that you have to close in order to survive, and the characters are also really similar to FNAF 1. Start off with Blam and Flumpty. They are similar to Chica and Bonnie, being able to move around any cam and coming to your door. Blam comes from the right and Flumpty comes from the left. In order to get rid of them, you just have to close your door. It's that simple. The Beaver. He starts off at cam 6 and it's actually really similar to Foxy, and he becomes active at 1 AM. Once he puts down his newspaper, the roll of toilet paper beside him will get smaller and smaller. Once there is no more toilet paper, the Beaver will run through cam 2B and jump scare the player through the right door. If you see him not at the toilet, close your right door to prevent him from killing you. Grumpus the Clown. He will become active at 4 AM and appear out of the hole in your office. Every time you flip your camera, he'll crawl more and more out of the hole until he jump scares you. To prevent this, just limit the amount of times you flip your camera. The Red Man. He becomes active at 3 AM and follows a set path of cam 3, cam 4, cam 1, and cam 2, and then your office. The camera he is on will be staticky and red. When he's at your office, he can be seen outside the left door. If you don't close your door fast enough, he won't jump scare you. He'll just take the ability for you to close your doors, which will get you killed. And finally, Golden Flumpty. He becomes active at around 4 AM and can randomly appear in your office. To get rid of him, just flip your cameras. Now, hardboiled mode just makes all these characters become active much earlier and makes them way faster than they are. My strategy is simple, and it's the same as in FNAF 1. Go door to door quickly, turning on the light, and occasionally flipping your camera, being careful of the Clown to check on the Beaver. Now, let's go on to the final game of this gauntlet.
Welcome one and all the funky bumpties. If your lights turned off, then you're safe. If your lights are on, then they'll come find you and rip you a brand new face.
Final game of this gauntlet is ONF 2. personally my favorite one. This game is played a bit differently. You sit in an office with a light switch. Every time a character shows up at your door, the exposure meter will go up. If it goes up all the way, you die. Different characters bring the meter up at different speeds. Now for the breakdown. I'll just explain my strategy because if you know it, you don't have to know how every character functions. Basically, when the night starts off, instantly switch your camera to cam 3. Make sure to keep an eye out for the owl. Throughout the night, the owl will randomly go to either the right or the left vent. If you see it flying in either one of those vents, then close them. When you're not in the cams, keep your light off. Occasionally turn on the light quickly, and I mean quickly. Check the camera and then turn off the light again. If you follow these steps and do everything fast, ONAF 2 should be a breeze. Now that you know how every game works, let's get into actual run, starting off at One Night at Flumpty's 3, going all the way until One Night at Flumpty's 2. Let's go. Let's play World Cup. Where is he? He's in here. He is nowhere to be found. Go. Ooh, that was close. Okay, what? Oh shit, we're here now. Okay, this is all like 10 times harder now. Come on now. Come on. But if you hold on longer, you might survive the night. It's like not one. But now really. It's very serious stuff. Might not have to go into cams anymore. Might not be able to go into cams anymore. I think I have time. I hope I have time. I did it! I beat Gauntlet! I beat the Gauntlet! The One Night of Flumpty's Gauntlet. Officially beat it.